is dead, Johan. That's
Well, yeah, what happened to the house?
just like he didn't renew the lease, and now it's all empty. Everything is
Oh,
gone.
everybody moved out?
Yep, everyone is gone.
What about gigs?
Gigs completed Netflix. He got a lifetime achievement award for that. And after that, he moved back to Indiana. Hey.
Alright, let's go.
All right, I'm ready. Everyone's ready?
Yeah, I was born ready.
Oh.
I forgot
I
to
bet.
change the sound volume, actually. I was not ready, but I will do that in game.
Either way, thanks everyone for tuning in already. Hopefully we are going to have a lot of fun with some excellent PVZs today. We have 3 amazing PVZ series coming up for you. Grubby vs Stephano is going to be our first. I'm of course Kevin van der Kooi, also known as Rotterdam. And with me is Le Tot, also known as Johan Merlo. Johan is going to have to set up a few things in the start of the game, so every now and then you'll hear me go on a rant and just talk for a while. Someone in chat just asked, is the EG house dead? No guys, we were not referring to the EG house. We were referring to the house that was once upon a time known as the Razor House, but it was never really a Razor House. It was much more Mr. Bitter spending his private funds and his dad being really angry house. Just kidding, it was all Mr. Bitter's hard-earned money.
Oh no, I forgot the UI. Alright, screw it. I will fix it. Remind me before next game, please.
Which UI are you talking about?
The WCS, no, not the, just Game Heart UI, I mean. Right now I'm on default.
Oh, okay. I'm using my standard Game Heart replay interface. So I have a little bit of a Game Heart. So on my stream it will look kind of good. I have a Grubby logo. Do you have a Grubby logo?
Yeah, me too, but I mean at the bottom of the screen I got like the big menu that you have in game.
Oh, okay. Mine is a little different. Either way, I hope it's fine. Of course, Grubby is a green proto spawning on the right top side of the map, hailing from the Netherlands, close to Utrecht for the people who wonder. Utrecht is a very nice city, you guys should check it out if you're ever in Holland. And over here in the left bottom side of the map we got our lovely pink Zerg, Ilias Satori, also known as Stephano. I've been following his advantage on Facebook lately. He seems to have one hell of a good time. Stephano was actually in Holland very recently.
Yeah.
You see, Johan, even Stephano visited his friends in Holland.
Yeah. Well, what about his friends from Holland? Do they visit him?
I don't think so. Man, you know, visiting in France is dangerous business these days.
Come on, are you kidding me? I live like in a super small city. The worst thing that could happen to you here is that you die of boringness. There's not much.
We see Ilias being well-mannered as always. So what are we hoping for, Johan? What are we expecting? Let's talk a little bit about this series, since you're the driving force behind it. If you're ready, if you're good to go, tell us, why did you want to do this? Why did you want to set this together? And how did XMG help you out with it?
Okay, so basically, recently I was talking with Mark Alberts, and he reminded me that it was a pretty good initiative. It was just before Intel Extreme Masters Cologne, actually. He reminded me that it was a very good initiative to do show matches last time. Remember when I did the 8-man tournament, which San won, the XMG balance test map #1, and yeah, he just reminded me about this, and I kind of agreed with him. I thought he was correct, basically to tell me that it's a good thing to basically try the map, because so few people try it. So basically from that point on, even though it was during the Intel Extreme Masters, I decided that I was gonna do more show matches or more tests after I got home. And at first I wanted to do a 16-man tournament, which would have been played later on, just not that quickly, because it takes time to organize and play the matches. The thing is, like, you need the big prize money and all that. So I talked a little bit with David Kim, and he told me that even though like the match, I mean the PVT matchup, you know, is like kind of the focus, at the center of the focus of the patch and all that. In Europe, the big problem that there has been is that there was a lot of swarm host games, and he wanted to know how the Tempest change would affect that. So I didn't want to do one PVZ show match, one PVT, so I chose to do all PVZ, just to focus on the Europe server and on those swarm host games that we see every so often. So I'm basically hoping that with all those games here, we're going to see Tempests in action against a Zerg turtle style that we've seen very often from all the swarm host players. And I think the lineup that I got for this was basically perfect.
You've selected some of the most notorious swarm host users out there, that's for sure. Well, I think it's a really cool initiative. I'm also happy, like, indeed, a lot of people were saying, like, oh, why would you do 3 times the same matchup? But one single series, guys, it doesn't really mean that much, especially since there's $100 on the line as well. There's a very realistic shot that, you know, one game, the Swarmos user can just die against a gateway push or something like that. And the next game, who God knows what happened. In the end, we saw maybe one legit game using Tempest with Swarmos. It just won't give us the information that we're looking for. So
Yeah.
I think it is kind of cool. Yes, it might get a little redundant in the second or third best of 3 if we have a bunch of very long Swarmos games, but at least it will tell us so much more about the state of the game and what the Tempest can do for us as Protoss players.
A lot of people actually criticize the fact that there is no Terrence in those matches, but yeah, you need to keep in mind, like, it's not really possible with just 3 show matches, like, especially since there is money on the line. Like, now those players, there is no rules in this match. If they want to finish the game before Swarmos and before Tempest, then be it, you know, there is $100 on the line, so I cannot really tell them that they cannot rush for 15 minutes or something. So imagine if we had some PVT, I couldn't have told the Protoss, you only go blink, then the Terrans, they would have been ready for it, and we would have seen completely different games, which would have been not realistic at all. So that also affected my choice here. I think it's easier, or at least there is a bigger chance we're going to see Swarmhost and Tempest in this situation with those Zergs playing against those Protosses than we would be seeing Blink play from, especially Blink. I mean, it's heavily nerfed the Mothership Core as well. Like, why would the Protoss want to do it in the next patch to test it when there is money on the line? Maybe on ladder, okay, but with money on the line, it's difficult to ask them that.
Focusing on the game a little bit, we saw Grubby did drop a pile, and he of course has 3 gateways on his side of the map, and he's going to walk in a bunch of Zealots, but I don't think they will be able to achieve all that much, as Stephano already has 5-6 roaches in position, making 5 more roaches. Well, Stephano is really worried. He's taking so much damage. I do not understand that.
He wants to save that third, and I think he's right. He's doing that so well. Look. Oh, I think he should be able to get a cancel on that third base of his opponent. And if he saves his, actually no, he's not going to save his.
Yeah, but he's not going to save his because he ran his roaches away, 5 roaches running away from 6 Zealots and a Mothership Core. That's not something I see very often. I really did not think that Stephano had to lose his hatchery.
Yeah, and with +1 on the way, Grubby actually is going to have to cancel at least once. Oh, maybe not. Oh, the Lynx are not targeting the Nexus here.
No.
He's actually going to be very low on hit points, even if he saves it. Oh, there is a lot of units out for Stephano here. Surely he can get the kill on that Nexus. I wonder if Grubby is going to cancel. He should definitely cancel.
This turned out somehow, some way, this turned out absolutely fantastic for Stephano. While it did indeed look like he was misfocusing. Maybe this was his big plan all along, and Grubby's in a lot of trouble. There are a bunch of Zerglings right now in his natural. Roach is just running through as well, as Grubby did never make a cannon. This might actually be game over for the game of Yeonsu.
Yeah, so much damage is going to be dealt here, and I think this has to be it. G is called.
Wow.
We're not going to see any of the balance changes in that first game, sadly. But you know, the way that Grubby played here, I had a flashback watching this game. This happened to me recently. I played Snoot in the finals of a Go for SC2 tournament, and it went the exact same way as this game just went. Just because you're aware that your opponent likes to go for Swarmhost, so you want to do as much damage to him as possible. And then sometimes it backfires like this.